It's been a while, but I'm back again with another video for you guys. Before I even look at GBPUSD or EURUSD or gold, most of the time I'm checking out the DXY, which is the dollar strength index. This basically just lets me know whether the dollar is strong, whether the dollar is weak. So if the DXY is dropping, I'm expecting other foreign currencies to rise like GBPUSD, EURUSD and gold. And at the same time, if the DXY is rising, I'm expecting those foreign currencies to fall. So I'm in the daily time frame now, and price has gotten up into my point of interest. And price has made a move lower. We've just run out this low down here. If you look at my cursor, you can see we just literally just snatched that low. And the price is now retraced up into where a premium price. So if I go from the very highest point to the lowest point, you can see prices traded up into that premium price. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at what's happening on a lower time frame. We need to see whether we can get some kind of reversal in this area here. Just a few other reasons I wanted to see price turn around at this point is we had this little small gap in here. We had a small little area where there was no candlesticks that closed within this range here. So this is one area. This is one of the reasons I wanted it to come up here. And then we also had this up close candle. This is the main one. We do have a second one right here. This up close candle here. If I just mark up both of these up close candles real quick, we have two up close candles. I want to see whether we can get some selling now we're at this buy candle, at these buy candles. Just like here when price came up into this buy candle, you saw selling. I want to see whether we can get some selling here. And just another thing to note as well, this is the highest up close candle from this move down. And so when price gets up here, I expect price to either turn around thereabouts the low and the open or 50%. I'm not necessarily looking at 50% because this up close candle has run up higher into it already, but we have the low right here. Price has traded up into this area and we've struggled to get past my point of interest. And now when I go into that 4-hour time frame, we've had 3 pushes higher or 3 drives higher and then we've collapsed. Think about it. On this time frame here, on the 4-hour time frame, what's happening here? Price is making higher highs and higher lows, and then it gets to this point here where it takes out this low. So in other words, when price takes out a low now, price is at a discounted price. So that means I would want to see price come up into a premium price before any kind of sell-off. So now this is where we meet on that 1-hour time frame. Price is taking out this high, taking out this high here. This is now a down close candle right here. That's a down close candle now. And now I'm expecting price to mitigate at this down close candle and push up higher. So this was exactly what I told my mentees. We take the fib tool, take it from the very highest point to the lowest point. Since price is at a discounted price, we need to look for price to get up into either equilibrium or within a premium price. And so my point of interest was this 1-hour imbalance here. And if I just go to the 4-hour time frame, you see this kind of imbalance here. So you can see the imbalance nice and clear. So right here, this is my 4-hour imbalance. Go back to 1-hour time frame now. You can see where that 4-hour imbalance is down here. Here's my 4-hour imbalance right here. Also, look, my 4-hour imbalance is basically just beneath my equilibrium point. That means this is easy money to get to. I did refine it to the 1-hour time frame. So let's just move this to the 1-hour time frame. To the 1-hour imbalance. This was going to be our draw on price, this internal draw on price, this imbalance over here. And I was aware that it's still beneath 50%, so I'm still expecting it to go above and beyond this imbalance. It was also NFP day. And so I was telling my mentees, look, before NFP, you don't want to be touching GU and EU. Those pairs are going to consolidate. So the ideal scenario would have been to get active after equity open, which is 2:30 p.m. Give it about 30 minutes to simmer down. Okay, so from 3 p.m. onwards, you're going to catch the cleaner moves, especially on NFP day. This is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see price push up into this area of inefficiency. So in other words, we had our draw on price. And that's the key thing, is if you can understand where price is being drawn to, it makes trading a whole lot easier. I'm not saying trading is easy, but it makes it a lot easier. And so we've already ran out these lows. Price is already at a discount. We've had a bit of accumulation. We've had a drop running out liquidity, and then prices ran the high of this. This is a reversal sign. When this happens, then I begin to look for what is the internal draw on price. Any single point of interest that's beneath equilibrium should be a piece of cake, should be that easy money. Anything that's within a premium tends to be the harder money. I would just say harder money would be the harder things to get to. Then we start to look for a move on GBPUSD and potentially EURUSD. We're going to look at both anyway. Before I continue with this video, take time to subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get this channel to 50,000 6,000 subscribers. Also, if you're getting value from this content, hit that like button so I know, because that's the only way I can know whether you guys are enjoying the video. All right, so right now we are on EURUSD. This is when price turned around. I'm on a 5-minute time frame now. You can see we're in the Asia session. This is London. This is what I was saying before NFP. Expect price to consolidate, just go sideways. This is what's happening here. And then look what happens. NFP comes out, it does a badness, and people, trying to trade at this point, you're technically gambling at this point. Price begins to make its move lower, and look at the time. Now it's after 3 p.m. Because we understand that price is potentially pushing up on the DXY, we're looking for EURUSD to drop. And so I'm going to play one candlestick at a time. So forward once. Okay, there we go. So look at this candlestick we get. We get this large candle that runs out all these different lows here. The next candle we get, the candle after that doesn't come up to tap into this candlestick's wick, but it pushes lower. But guess what we have now? We now have an area of inefficiency that needs to be filled. In my eyes, now we've got this imbalance here. Now we've got this fair value gap here. When price gets up into this imbalance, I'm going to be looking to short this. And then my targets would be, so if I go ahead and scoot down to, let's go to the 50-minute time frame real quick. Now with that in mind, when price gets up into this area here, I'm going to be looking for what can I use as an internal draw on price in this scenario. What I've identified from this lowest point here to the highest point, you can see equilibrium is right here. Equilibrium, okay, 50%. So basically it's just retracing to 50% of this expansion higher. We also had this imbalance here. So let's go ahead and mark it up, this imbalance here. That's our area of interest. And then just to tie in with all of that, we also had a down close candle in here too. So basically everything is pointing towards this area here. And so with that in mind now, 5-minute time frame, let's go back there. When price gets up into this imbalance, this is where I'm looking to take a short to then take it to that money. So you can see right here, look at this candlestick. It trades right up into this area of inefficiency. This is where I get active with my sell, and I put my stop loss above this candlestick's wick over here. So right here, you can see my entry for EURUSD. You can see I'm entering within the imbalance. When price is trading up into this area of inefficiency, this is where I get active with the trade with that sell. And then, like I said, the target is going to be in here. So from thereabouts there into here, we're talking about a quick 15 pip scalp. So now let's go ahead and hit play. Okay, there we go. There we go. Just like that, guys. And the thing is as well, look, we expanded lower. We came up again. We did consolidate here for a little bit. So let's go to that 1-minute time frame. Look at that. After tapping into this area here, you can see, look, even on a 1-minute time frame, you can see an even better imbalance right here. But it's all within the same area. Price did come up to thereabouts the entry again, consolidated, and then eventually we went for it. And that was all because we expected the DXY to get up into its range. And then after that, you can see, if I just cancel out of this now, so this is when it tapped into our area of interest. So this is that imbalance here. It tapped into it just ever so slightly here. That wasn't even enough. I wanted to see it really get past it. We made another move to the lows to run out this liquidity here. And then this is when I canceled out. So I'm going to go ahead and put my executions on real quick. There we go. You can see this is where I entered. I entered when price was in this imbalance over here. And then this is where I TP'd deep into this area of inefficiency. Now we're looking at GBPUSD. We're looking at the exact same day, similar timers as well. Once again, before NFP, you're going to get that consolidation. If you're not in for a very quick move in London, this expect to be held in consolidation. And so this is why I heavily advise, look, don't be trying to trade nearabouts NFP. Generally, the sessions before NFP are normally going to be sessions where it just consolidates. Like I said, when it comes to NFP, you're generally going to catch the cleaner moves after 3 p.m. So that's after all the news releases taking place. All that news in London, all the news during the day, all the equity open manipulation, all of that stuff. That's when you're going to catch cleaner moves. NFP comes out, absolute badness. It drops about 35 pips, runs out all this liquidity beneath here. This is still gamble mode, where if you're trying to jump in nearabouts here, this is still gambling. So I still don't advise it. So this is why I say wait till after 3 p.m. Let's go down to the 1-minute time frame. So now I'm on a 1-minute time frame. Price has made a push lower. They've left inefficiency. They've also left inefficiency right here. After seeing this inefficiency, this is going to be my area of interest for taking a sell. On MT4, I took it for the imbalance. I was a little bit late with it on trading view. It is what it is. It's all good. So I actually caught it when price was pushing down a little bit on trading view. So there we go. Price is pushing down a bit. I believe I got in around here. I was too busy getting active on MT4. So once again, the same play. I wanted to see price run out this low here. 1 hour time frame, what do we see? I'm looking at price getting to this down close candle in here. I know you can't see it now. Let's just go down in time frame. You might see it here. Here's my down close. You got a little order block here too. And so basically, this is my area of interest. I want price to get right into it. This is the entry I caught in Trading View. That was just a quick glimpse of it, but right now I'm going to show you guys where I'm looking to take TP. But you can see I'm putting it right to nearabouts that wick, which is nearabouts that down close candle. Right here at the very open of that buy candle, that's where I'm looking to take TP. That is the down close candle. And so now let's go back down to that 5-minute time frame. I'm gonna keep it there because, you know, trying to do this replay mode on a 1-minute time frame is not the one. But you can see here in 5-minute time frame, look what happens. It pushes up into our area of inefficiency and then it drops. Don't forget, I'm getting active after 3 p.m. The cleaner moves are gonna take place after 3 p.m. And then let's hit play. So let me quickly mark up this down close candle in here too. Let me go 10-minute time frame, you might see it clearly. Right, so we got our down close candle in here. This is where I'm looking for price to get to. I'm looking for price to tap right into that and then take my partial profits. I'm going to leave a runner on that trade to see whether we can get to roughly about 50% of that trade. So let's go ahead and hit play. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to mark it up here as well. I'm going to mark up both. Let's just use the fib tool to mark up the highest point of 50%. So like this. Oh, that was pretty fast, guys, but I'm not going to go back. But as you guys can see, look, it went straight to our area of interest, and then the runner was kept to 50% of the down close candle. And that was because we had a POI for the DXY. That POI was above the current price, and so if the DXY was going to rise, I'm expecting to sell GBPUSD. And so I'm going to look for a clean opportunity after the news release, after equity open, roughly about 3 p.m. onwards, to catch a move to take it into my area of interest. Once it creates that inefficiency, I'm looking for that imbalance to get my entry from and then take it to my POI. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. So let me put my executions on as well. There we go, executions. You can see here, this is where I wanted to enter. This is why I entered an MT4. You guys can see that on Instagram. This is why I entered on TradingView. And you can see I took my first partials down here when price ran into the nearabouts the highest point of this down close candle. And then I let the runner run into 50% right in here. So if I put my cursor on, you see roughly about 50% right down here. Now, let me quickly take you to the DXY just to show you how that actually ended up. So this is how the DXY actually ended up. What we wanted to see price trade up into our imbalance perfectly. It did that to the T, did that perfectly. And we also wanted to see it trade up into equilibrium, which is 50% of this move lower. And it's done that too. And this is where it stalled out. Magic.